The United States finds its vital arteries of commerce constricted. From the bustling docks of Savannah to the sprawling terminals of Houston, a wave of port strikes has brought cargo traffic to a grinding halt. Thousands of dock workers, the backbone of America's import-export industry, have walked off the job, sending shockwaves through the nation's economy. These strikes represent more than just a labor dispute. They are a stark reminder of the essential workers who keep our economy afloat and the challenges they face in a rapidly changing world. As ships idle offshore and cargo piles up on the docks, the nation waits anxiously for a resolution. The outcome of these strikes will have far-reaching implications for workers, businesses, and the future of American labor relations. The sight of idle cargo ships, once symbols of global trade, now represents the fragility of our supply chains. As negotiations continue, the nation holds its breath, hoping for a swift and equitable resolution that will get America's ports moving again. At the heart of these crippling strikes are the dock workers themselves, individuals who brave long hours and demanding conditions to keep goods flowing through our nation's ports. They are demanding fair wages, improved benefits, and protections against the looming threat of automation. Years of stagnant wages coupled with the rising cost of living have left many dock workers struggling to make ends meet. The introduction of automation, while promising increased efficiency, has fueled fears of job displacement. Union leaders argue that automation should not come at the expense of worker livelihoods. They are demanding retraining programs and guarantees of job security as the industry embraces new technologies. The strikes represent a breaking point in this simmering tension, a collective stand against what workers perceive as unfair labor practices and an uncertain future. The economic fallout from the port strikes is already being felt across the country. The impact is most acute in industries heavily reliant on imports and exports. Manufacturers face production delays due to shortages of raw materials, while retailers grapple with dwindling inventories and the prospect of empty shelves. The Port of Savannah, a critical gateway for agricultural exports, sees tons of produce stranded on the docks, threatening to rot before reaching its destination. In Houston, one of the nation's busiest ports for energy exports, the shutdown has sent shockwaves through the oil and gas industry. The longer the strikes continue, the more severe the economic consequences will be, potentially pushing the economy towards a recession. Section 4. A Glimmer of Hope. The uncertain path of negotiations and potential resolutions. Despite the high stakes and the tense atmosphere, there have been some glimmers of hope in recent days. Negotiators for both sides have returned to the bargaining table, signaling a willingness to find common ground and end the impasse. The Biden administration, acutely aware of the potential economic damage, has urged both parties to engage in good faith negotiations and reach a swift resolution. Federal mediators have been dispatched to help facilitate dialogue and bridge the divides. However, significant obstacles remain. The two sides remain far apart on key issues, including wage increases, healthcare benefits, and the implementation of automation technologies. The coming days will be crucial in determining whether an agreement can be reached or if the strikes will drag on, inflicting further damage on the economy. Section 5. Beyond the docks. The strikes' ripple effect on the American economy and workforce. The port strikes are not an isolated incident, but rather a symptom of broader trends reshaping the American economy and workforce. The strikes highlight the growing income inequality, the anxieties surrounding automation, and the evolving relationship between labor and capital in the 21st century. The plight of the dock workers resonates with millions of Americans who are struggling to make ends meet in an era of rising costs and stagnant wages. Their fight for fair treatment and a living wage underscores the need for policies that promote economic justice and shared prosperity. The outcome of these strikes will likely have implications for labor relations across various sectors, potentially emboldening workers in other industries to demand better wages, benefits, and working conditions. Section 6. A call to action, understanding the stakes and demanding a fair resolution. As the port strikes continue, it is incumbent upon all Americans to understand the stakes involved and demand a fair and swift resolution. The outcome of these strikes will have far-reaching consequences, not just for the workers and businesses directly involved, but for the entire nation. We must recognize the vital contributions of dock workers and other essential workers who keep our economy running. They deserve fair wages, safe working conditions, and a voice in shaping the future of their industries. The port strikes are a wake-up call, a reminder that our economy is only as strong as the well-being of our workforce.